Hello, everyone. I am Aksha from the platform Tint and You with Payal Basu, where power meets purpose. Payal Basu is the embodiment of power and purpose coming together. A qualified chartered accountant, company secretary, CPA, and MBA. She leads finance and strategy for the Europe operations of a multinational corporation in Germany. Her remarkable excellence in the corporate world earned her the prestigious CA Business Leader 40 under 40 recognition by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, honoring her outstanding contribution to the global business landscape. But her journey was never limited to the boardrooms and balance sheets. Since childhood, Payal felt a deeper spiritual calling. At just 11, she learned Reiki and began healing people around her. What began as a curiosity slowly unfolded into a profound spiritual path, one guided by the intuition, energy, and you can say inner awakening. Today, she is a numerologist, 5D, Akashic, and tarot reader, manifestation and life coach, and a distant energy healer trained in Reiki and pranic healing, helping individuals reconnect with their true selves and unlock their highest potential. What makes her story truly extraordinary is her seamless integration of two worlds often perceived as opposites, wealth and spirituality. She stands as living proof that success and soul alignment are not mutually, exclusive. You can be financially abundant and spiritually awakened. You can excel in the corporate world while honoring your higher calling. Now, Payal is on the bold mission to impact and transform the lives of 6 million people, helping them realize that prosperity and spirituality can beautifully coexist, and that life never asks you to choose between success and soul. On behalf of Tint and You, a platform that celebrates growth, purpose, and meaningful human connections, we warmly welcome Payal Basu, a leader, a healer, and a change maker whose journey inspires us to align ambition with inner awakening. Welcome, Payal.
Atma Namaste and hello everybody. Thank you so much, Aksha, for having me on this platform. I think what you're doing is really incredible because I can completely resonate with your mission to help the parents, help children, and educate everybody about conscious parenting. And once I heard about your mission and the beautiful work that you're doing, I couldn't resist myself to agreeing to come and join you on this platform and also share my knowledge with your audience and viewers and explain to them how these spiritual modalities can transform their life.
Thank you so much, Payal. It's such a pleasure to have you on my platform, seriously. And when I talk about healing parents and being a parent, we have so many things going in our head. Nurturing children is just like the top most categorized, priority. So, but I wanted to ask you one thing. Like parents today often feel they are doing everything and still they're falling short. From an energy perspective, what do you feel like parents are carrying the most right now?
So I can completely understand because I have a lot of friends who are young parents. So the first thing that I want to communicate is to all the parents hearing me today that parents right now are not failing. They are just exhausted.
Right.
Energetically, they're carrying a constant survival instinct. That is, even if their life looks so stable and nice from outside, there's always like a low grade fear
Right.
about safety, about future, and about the world in which their children are growing. So their nervous system is never relaxed. So they're also carrying something called a generational repair. Many are determined not to repeat their mistakes in the childhood in the lives of the children. And that makes them very hypersensitive, hyper present, and always afraid that I don't want to mess up.
Hmm.
And this creates, like, a deep fatigue in the solar plexus. If I talk from, the energy perspective, so whether you're aware of not, so we have solar plexus, we've got the root chakra in our body
Yes.
that gets imbalanced because of this constant fear and the pressure to be right. So, on top of that, there is also this invisible load. Parents are constantly tracking emotions, schedules, schools. The children will have to go here and there, and they have to be the best.
Yes.
So, their energy fields are like, extended.
Yes.
They have to take care of themselves as well as the children.
Yes.
And and now, if you say the world that we are living in is like a fragmented village, you don't have like a huge family always.
Yes.
It's a nuclear family. So the parents are trying to manage everything alone.
Right.
So my simple message to the parents are, don't you don't need to over strategize. You just need to feel safe in your nervous system, and the parents need co-regulation. They need helping hand. So do not hesitate to reach out. Do not hesitate to seek help.
Yes.
And the medicine right now is not doing more, it's just softening. So you need to be soft, and you need to accept it's okay to mess up. It's okay not to be right always.
Yeah. So I remember making a video, a reel on it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to speak out. It is okay. You are after all a human being, and just don't rush into the competitive world. I mean, there should be some therav, some absolutely you should be calm. And yeah, so Payal, many parents worry about their child's behavior. आज की डेट में if you take me, I'm also worried about my child's anger. So he's just 7 and I feel that he's always angry. आपने ये नहीं किया, आपने वो नहीं किया. Sometimes he appreciates like anything. Even if I have made a yummy sandwich for him, he'll just appreciate like without boundaries. But sometimes he's so complain, like always complaining and always anxious, angry. So many parents worry about their child's behavior, anger, withdrawal, restlessness, everything. How much of this in your experience is a emotional energy being absorbed from adults around them? Like sometimes I also feel guilty कि शायद ये मेरे से तो नहीं ले रहा है या अपने फादर से तो नहीं ले रहा है. So how, like, I wanted to ask you about this.
So, absolutely, this constant fear that we influence our children very heavily, that is absolutely right, like 100%.
Yeah.
But I just want to reduce a little bit of guilt from the parents here. So, of course, the first environment that affect the children is home.
Hmm.
How they see their parents, how they see the bond between their parents, and how they see their parents dealing with them.
Hmm.
But we always forget that the children are also influenced by their energetic blueprint, which is reflected in their, say, numerology or astrology chart. They've also come to this earth with certain patterns, certain emotional, vibration within them,
Hmm.
which you cannot ignore. So it's not always parents influencing them; it's also something intrinsic within them.
Right.
So, so the learning from here is every child comes with a unique energetic design.
Hmm.
Okay, so if you actually see the birth chart or a numerology chart of a child, they have certain numerical vibrations,
Right.
which makes them, you will see some children very active, hyperactive,
Yes.
or certain children who are very reserved and they are quiet, or
Right.
somebody who reacts a lot.
Right.
So, unless a parent understands their child to this core, that
Hmm.
what is actually the root cause, and these are all governed by planetary energies, whether you accept or you do not accept, whether
Okay.
you know, you do not know, it's the fact. So,
Okay.
for example, when we talk about the high tides,
Hmm.
right, it's governed by the moon's energy,
Okay.
the high tide and the low tide. So, how do you think that when a moon energy has got that power to impact the tides of the universe, how are those vibrations not affecting the human life?
Absolutely.
So, similarly, children are also impacted by the planetary energies they are born with.
Hmm.
And so, it's a mix of both that affect how a child reacts. And as parent, once you understand these so beautifully, parenting becomes magical.
I actually never thought this way, Payal. Honestly, being I having a kid around, I never used to believe in numerology, Vastu and this Akashic reading and all. But after starting studying about all these things, एक belief आया है, but there are so many confusions. So of course we should like I want to say to all my viewers also that communicate with the right person. Like you can't keep on googling everything. Google and chat gpt doesn't help with this. So yes, like am I right, Payal, that will Google or chat gpt help us in any way?
Absolutely. And as you brought this topic up, so I was just hearing somebody, she's also a very influential speaker.
Hmm.
So, for example, if you type on Google, okay, is coffee good for me?
Yeah.
You will get like 100 reasons why coffee is good for you.
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, you type, is coffee bad for me? You will also get 100 reasons to tell why coffee is bad.
Absolutely.
So now you do not know what to trust.
Yes.
Hence, Google, ChatGPT, everything that's available, it's definitely a very good tool for knowledge. But you also have to trust the person, trust, an expert to even communicate and help you understand which is the right thing you follow or you should actually practice in life. So
Absolutely.
Google and ChatGPT, they should be like a tools to support you, but they should not become your decision maker, especially in terms of the spiritual modalities, because these have very strong power to influence your life.
Yes.
But similarly, a wrong path or a wrong decision can also impact you adversely.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree on this. And I know we get influenced with what we read. So do not read wrong things. It is very, very important. So, Payal, there are certain, emotional patterns like fear, comparison, scarcity that you see repeatedly passed from parents to children? How can awareness begin to break this cycle? मतलब हमारे टाइम पे ऐसा होता था, like our parents used to have these things, hierarchy होता था. But then I think we have reached to a certain point where we want to break the cycle. So I wanted to really communicate about this and bring to this to the notice of our viewers.
So, Akshay, you are absolutely right that there are certain emotional patterns that move from families across, across generations invisibly.
Yeah.
Now, because I'm also an Akashic reader,
Yeah.
I understand that these patterns are not just, coming from my mother and my grandmother and great grandmother
Hmm.
or from the father's side. It
Yeah.
carries from lives after lives.
Yeah.
So, for somebody who is not very versed with the concept of Akashic reading or past life regression, it might come as a surprise.
Right.
If, for
Right.
example, if I take, so as I had begun this session talking about the fear of parents, right?
Yeah.
So I see parents always have a fear of failure, fear of rejection, say fear of instability, whether I can have that financial
Hmm.
stability that I can offer the best education for my children. Certain emotions like that. It is often found through multiple research papers.
Hmm.
It passes to the children, and how you might not understand right now. But say as your child is growing, is like say 18 or 19 years old, when he or she starts facing the real world, you will see traits like insecurity,
Absolutely.
lack of confidence coming in the child. And at that point of time, parents say, hey, you should become bold, you should become confident, see your that other friend. But the dear parents should realize that these are those traits that they have passed on to their children, and it will not go magically away, right?
Hmm.
So, from today, if the parents are hearing me, please be conscious about the emotions you're projecting to your children.
Hmm.
Nothing goes unnoticed. If you think, it's in my mind, I'm not communicating. It's like children understand everything. They're just like energy sponge. So, and Aksha, maybe I'll give you an example. Say when you walk into a room
Yeah.
of people who are very, happy, smiling, they might not be talking. You will see your vibration and your energetic aura feels, oh, it's so nice place. Simultaneously, you go to a house where there's some, sadness, people are not talking to each other, you will feel it instantly. Did that need a communication through words? No. It was this energetic transmission that happens. And children being very innocent, they are most connected to their subconscious mind. And hence, parents should realize and remember that every action that they do today will impact their children in future.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're so amazing. It is so good to hear from you all these things. And of course, I feel the viewers will also enjoy watching the whole video. So once again, thank you, Payal. And so today we are talking about something many of us, have been hearing about lately, like numerology and Akashic readings have not been like very hyped. Pehle. But now we hear people talking about numerology and Akashic reading. Some say numerology help us understand personality and life partners, patterns through numbers, while Akashic reading are believed to offer insight into our soul's energy and deeper, maybe emotional experience. So, but what's interesting is how strongly people today are getting drawn, they're attracted towards these practices, especially parents searching for clarity. Parents are, they are continuously in the process of direction and emotional understanding. They want to understand things better in every way. So, are these tools helping us know ourselves better? Or are we turning, to them because life feels uncertain? Kabhi bomb blast ho raha hai, kabhi, Pelgam attack, if you are like hearing about India, and there are world wars going. So we are in a panic situation and everything feels uncertain. And we are looking for answers somewhere outside. So, how do they actually work? And do they truly help in real life? Especially for parents and children, of course. And honestly, there's a curiosity, belief, and also a little confusion here. And that's exactly what we hope to understand from you today, Payal. So, I really want to know, matlab, jo bhi, what is Akashic? Like, why are people so obsessed with numerology and Akashic readings today?
Okay, so thanks for the beautiful question. So, because I've been answering this question so many times and explaining to different people. So, the first thing before I get into the question why people are coming to these platforms is for the people who still do not know how numerology or Akashic work, and they associate these with myths, certain myths around superstition. That, these are superstitions and there is no scientific relevance to it. So, for those people, my first point would be numerology, tarot, Akashic reading, energy healing, these are not superstitions. Period.
Okay.
Second thing, if you believe in the concept of Einstein, so many years back, he said E is equal to mc squared. What does that mean? It means everything that you see around you, including your own self,
Hmm.
is energy.
Okay.
Every matter, every atom, everything in this universe is energy, and we are vibrating at a certain frequency. Okay.
Okay.
This logic, this concept might sound like something very superfluous. You might not relate to it right now, but that's a fact. Just like apple will fall from the tree, whether you believe it or not, that will happen.
Right.
So similarly, everything is energy. That's also a fact. Okay. Now coming to why people are coming into understanding this better. So this has mainly started since 2020, COVID,
Okay.
because people have realized that life is very fragile. Everything is very uncertain, unpredictable. So today, standing today, nobody can say that, okay, I know what's going to happen 10 years down the line,
Absolutely.
right?
Hmm.
And simultaneously, that COVID era also taught us that prevention is better than cure. It was about survival of the fittest. If you exercise well, if you've eaten well, if your lungs are healthy, you survive.
Hmm.
And if not, people, face a lot of complications. So similarly, these tools, if I talk in layman's language, these are preventive guidance tools.
Okay.
So people who've actually used these tools, they understand that the benefit is magical. So if I start with numerology, okay, and if I associate this with parents and children, I think the numerology tool starts the first time when a child is born.
Hmm.
As parents, you want the best for your children, right? But we always do things post facto. When a problem has occurred, we go to different modalities, different doctors, and say, hey, we are in this problem, please help us out.
Yeah.
But these days, parents have become really smart. They go to a numerologist first and decide when should my child take birth. Is
Absolutely.
it the 15th of a month? Is it like a 28th of a month? That's the first step, even before the child is not born. And if you see all Bollywood celebrities
Yeah.
recently, everybody does that.
Yes.
Nobody's fool, everybody's super educated. If they're doing it, there is a reason to it, right?
Absolutely.
Second, when a child is born, what should be the name, which is called, baby from baby naming,
Yeah.
because every name that you give to your child also carries a vibration.
Okay.
So the first step for a parent is, if you have these tools to support you, why will you not access it?
Yeah.
Why would you wait for a problem to come to your child's life
Yeah.
and then address it?
Yes.
So once you start aligning these, your child's journey becomes smooth. Again, as a numerologist, Akashic reader, or energy healer, I will never say these are magic. I believe in destiny. So, because everything is also karma, right? So, a child is already taking birth with certain karmic patterns, which you cannot magically change. But what you can do is remove the blocks from the child's life
Mm.
through these tools.
Mm.
And hence, these help. So, if I say from numerology, definitely the baby's life and everything becomes very smooth. Now, coming to Akashic, this is like a huge concept, okay, and which I will definitely not be able to explain to you in next 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But if I simply tell you, say today, if I am a parent,
Yeah.
I'm trying to give the best experiences to my child,
Mm.
but what if I am not healed from within? What if I have some wounds with regard to my parents or even past lives? So Akashic helps you uncover those wounds from your soul's library.
Okay. Okay.
It teaches you that, say, Payal or Aksha, you have these problems, get rid of it. And just by the information that you hear, you start healing.
Oh.
And then your future life just magically changes.
Oh.
So now people have started understanding the benefits of these, and they come, for all these readings and sessions.
Mm.
And of course, I will not, commit that it is in one session things will change,
Mm.
but there is magical, drastic changes after a person gets the guidance and starts following the, suggestions from the records.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I actually honestly never believed in numerology and Akashic readings and all. But after listening to you, I can relate. क्योंकि जब हम हमारे बहुत जो पहले पूर्वज होते थे, they used to follow this ना, नाम का लेटर्स वही रखना है जिससे
Yeah,
नाम आया है. ठीक है. ऑफ कोर्स वो उस समय मेडिकल इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं था दैट they decide on the dates or something like that, but they had all these things they used to follow all these things. There came an era where everyone wanted to do whatever they felt like, and
yeah,
they got distorted and something went haywire. And again, there is this phase where parents are sensibly thinking about all these things and planning their life accordingly. So this cycle, we can understand this cycle now. At this point of time, we can relate to it with literacy and with education. So there
yeah,
are so many things related to this. So thank you for inspiring so many of us, and I'm sure I'm going to have a numerology and Akashic recording, done very very soon. So, how does numerology actually work? You have simply, explained all these things in a very beautiful manner. But I want to, there are a lot of curiosity and confusions hota hai. Usually, there are confusions. So, I wanted to ask, like, is it different for different people? And how should we go with it? Like, how should we start with it? हम जैसे for me, if you say me, take me as an example, I want to go with it, I want to start with it, but एक fear है कि यार
mhm,
पता चल जाएगा तो मैं शायद अपना लाइफ को टर्न नहीं ले पाऊंगी. I'll not take a, I'll I wanted to go horizontal, I will not go vertical. So I wanted to
yeah.
ask how to go with it.
Sure. So the first thing around these tools is, Like, I will talk from my perspective because there are many healers doing great work, but I do not use this tool to inculcate fear in people
Hmm.
that, this will happen to you, this will happen to you. These are all like, that fear. And that is why you think twice. Why should you use this?
Right.
Because the first time you think about these, you associate it with fear. What if I know something which I won't like? Right?
Ah,
So the first thing is when you think about these tools, think it like your guidance, like your friend.
okay.
So when somebody comes to me for numerology, what I simply need is your date of birth and your full name.
Huh.
That's the only thing I need. Okay. Now, once I have your date of birth, I definitely see what is your say psychic number. So psychic number, and there are life path. There are different kinds of numbers which tell about what you are, how you are, why you have come on this earth. So, for example, if I talk about the psychic number, it just says your personality.
Huh.
So numerology is also like a great tool. Like if I just have your date of birth, I will know A to Z about your personality in just 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, there's something called a life path number. Like as you mentioned, Akshan, that you're walking straight. Okay, what if you go the other way?
Hmm.
Now, my point would be if you're walking straight and all of a sudden you went the other way around, then you were meant to go the other way around. And
Okay.
if you wouldn't go the other way around, you would face blocks in front. So,
Hmm.
life path number actually tells you why you have come on this earth. So similarly, like during multiple sessions with my clients,
Huh.
there were people like who does regular jobs, 9 to 5 jobs, so frustrated in life. Like literally, they every day morning they question, what are we doing?
Huh.
How do we evolve? Now, when I analyze their chart, even through Akashic records, like I get to know that their chart is just for business. They're going to be like super wealthy if they start the business. So my part is to give you the guidance that you will do excellent in this business, this type of business. But of course, I am not going to impose something on you
Yes. Yes.
because I want to be your guide, but
Hmm.
I don't want to be your decision maker,
Right.
right?
Right.
And similarly, with your name vibration, it actually speaks about your traits, how you are, and why it's so important to align your name. So I've got so many people coming to me now saying, Payal, please help align our names. Because if your name vibration is not aligned with your life path number, every part of your life you're going to face hurdles.
Okay.
Think about the Bollywood, say Ajay Devgan,
Hmm.
Rajkumar Rao, so many people. Why do they just change their names? You will think, oh, they have everything. But if they are changing, there is definitely a reason. And
Something.
if you analyze before change and after change, you will see magnetic success. So this is how generally I read the numerology report, give guidance, and thankfully, people whom I've come across with, I've definitely seen very positive changes in my life because that is my mission to help people and transform their lives into the magical flower.
Yes, and after talking to you, even I'm feeling that positive vibration somehow. Because you just as you said that when we talk to people, the energy gets exchanged, and this is how
Absolutely.
I'm feeling. Matlab, I'm stress free. Earlier, when I was not like when I did not start the call, I was a little worried because numerology and akashic reading is like absolutely I
Yeah.
don't have any idea about it. So but I'm feeling so comfortable talking to you about this, and it's such a good conversation. I just can't tell you how grateful I am to have you on my platform. So Payal, if parents remember just one thing while exploring numerology or akashic guidance, what should it be?
So, my simple and clear message to all the parents would be please shift your thought from self blame to self awareness. Stop blaming yourself for everything that's happening around. However, when I say, stop blaming yourself, I also want to emphasize that you have to be aware of the actions you're taking. You be conscious about what you're doing in day to day life and accordingly try to be a good parent to your child.
Yes.
So, remove every guilt from your life and take conscious actions to become a better human being so that you can also raise a beautiful kid in the future.
Yes, because it's all about parents and children growing together, understand each other. There should not be any pressure. Just enjoy the compassionate relationship and just enjoy your parenthood. Parenthood. It's a parenting journey is in itself so beautiful, full of energies, full of love, full of warmth, full of care, and full of what not. So, Payal, as we come to the end of this beautiful and enlightening session, I really extend my heartful gratitude to you for sharing not just your knowledge, but your energy, wisdom, and inspiring journey with all of us. At Intent You, I believe conversations like these remind us that true success lies in balancing outer achievements with inner growth. Today's session has beautifully shown us that when purpose meets passion, transformation becomes inevitable. Thank you for inspiring us to believe that prosperity and spirituality can coexist and that each one of us has the power to create life aligned with both success and soul. And you are an example of this. On behalf of Tint and You, thank you everyone for being the
Thank
part
you.
of this meaningful experience.
Thank you so much, Aksha, for having me, and Atma Namaste. Lot of love and light to each one of you who's hearing me today. May you rise and shine from here on, and may your lives be filled with only happiness. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Payal. And until we meet again, keep growing, keep shining, and keep adding your own beautiful hues to life.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Aksha.
you.